Shalom, Israel. It's that time again. The ISUPK, under Commanding General Yahana, presents the Lord's 57th Annual Passover. That's right, the Lord's 57th Annual Passover, April 4th, 2026, in Houston, Texas. All Black, Hispanics, and Native Americans are commanded to observe the Lord's Passover. This will be the biggest Passover to date. You do not want to miss this. Fresh lamb, fresh wine, and bitter herbs as commanded by the Most High. Only $200 per person, ages 17 and up. The biggest event of the year. There is only one Passover, and it's under Commanding General Yahana. See you there, Israel. Shalom.
Nobody else there to compare to. Train for war, men of war, and war like apparel. Prefer our leaders, can't get between us. Watch where you stepping.
They killed, give me Isaiah 14 and 21. They did the same thing to my people. So that you said that they put millions of my actions. Yes, you said. Should a murderer go to jail for murdering? Absolutely. Should a thief go to jail when he steals? Absolutely. Should a robber pay back the money he robbed? Absolutely. So why shouldn't the white man pay for what he did? That's right.
One day you'll see just how it feels. Payback is a dog. It's a dog. Payback is a dog.
I'm in a hell of a hole, was never expected to grow. Just obstacles set in the road, that's the result of me selling my soul. The story I'm telling is cold, but yet it's what everyone knows. The white man's the devil is known. America was never our home. Only a place of captivity, safe facility, hating, disfigure me. They claim that I'm lazy, be killing me. Maybe the slavery draining my energy. 400 years and counting. The trail of my tears is countless. Mere fact that I'm here is astounding, but I can't wait till this shit is surrounded. Ready to tangle my king and the angel, be ready to rap. Crack in the sky, nuclear missiles will make it official. I'm capturing every cracker surviving. Put them all in chains where they need to be. Slavery for me. And let the whole world see that with them in the cage and safer in the streets. Put the dog on a leash. Get resolved for the beast. 144, get the ruler show, we could all be at peace. As soon as the trumpets are sound, your kingdom we busting it down. The only way justice is found, the time for your judgment is now.
You'll see just how it feels. Payback is a dog. It's a dog. Payback is a dog.
Look, ain't no remorse in my blood cell. It won't be no compromise. Now it's time to feed the worms. Watch his body turn to flies. I clutch iron while you trust the lies. The next Glock I buy gon' be Gen 5. I get it customized. And sending shots off like farewell. Praying payback come back around like a carousel. Still remember your Honda's words ringing in my head like bells. Said you in his body, you fit the Lord, fuck the cartel. Triangle choke, apply pressure to the game like I did Vondale. Payback's a bitch in a dress, she a bombshell. Revenge is served cold, I just hope they make an oxtail. Glock fresh out the box, I swear it got that new car smell. Made myself a target in the world of mad shooters. Devil's design fire for our babies to pass through in the day of our king's reign. I'll be overzealous. They bought my jealous, I bought brand new pair of bellows.
One day you'll see just how it feels. Payback is a dog. It's a dog. Payback is a dog. It's a dog. Payback.
Yeah. Cold shit. I ain't come with goons, but I'm well connected. Walk in the room and pop, 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 like you got rejected. Yeah. Let me see if you qualify or not. Spinning up in a tinted truck, riding around your block. Busy man. I get a word, he ain't this shit from top to bottom like a motherfucking ceiling fan. Hopping out the rental van, on my way to LAX. Brothers out in Cali and they killers out of every set. But I ain't tripping on no blood. One West, all my niggas got it out the mud. Put your face on a t-shirt, memory of niggas acting tough in them songs, that's the drugs. I don't need no cases, all my pistols clean. So now I weigh my options, used to use the triple beam. Used to get the wok, mix it with the nicotine. Now I travel state to state and put on for my team.
The fuck wrong with them? Ain't on my level, I should let my dog get them. I see niggas and they feelings all feel them. Keep the Glockin' with me, it was like a ball with it. At the end, I gotta stay patient. They hate me, Lord, I gotta stay patient. You one of them? Yeah. What's the problem? I'm one West, go to war with everybody. Cut the grass for the snake, fuck the gossip. Front line with them soldiers, that's my posture. Gun drawn, trying to cut us an imposter. Shit get out the pocket, go to war with everybody, yeah. Send that hate, make it to the featherweights. Niggas claim they hard, but they sweeter than a dedication. Hold on, think it's time to introduce. I'm a man and a beast and a stepper and a rover. Hold on, and a G and a soldier and a mover. Hold on, and a killer and a prophet and a shooter, nigga. Trying to stay humble, my shit crazy. Cold leader, need the blue stripes, no brick baby. Can't be serious, you a funny boy, young fly. Look wrong, must be a dummy, I ain't gun shy. Fuck that little bitch, she a hook. Nigga swear he the go, bring him to the bush. The fuck wrong with him? Ain't on my level, I should let my dog get him. Niggas in their feelings, I don't feel them. Kid the Glocky with me, it was like a ball with him. Be at the end, gotta stay patient. They hate me, Lord, I gotta stay patient. You one of them? What's the problem? From one West, go to war with everybody. I'm from Philly, you get hot, you catch a cold case. I'm one West, these brothers trying to set my soul straight. They done turned me to a prophet from a demon, and I'm locked in this shit and I ain't leaving. Never. Ski mask transform to war mode like I'm Voltron. Stamp on my head and my chest from the most high. Put something tight around your neck like a bow tie. Got my niggas waiting charged up like they phone died. Red letter, drip clean, it looks so fly. Claim he riding, that's why I left his ass roadside. He gon' die, skyscraper to a nosedive. 9mm plus P, fuck a 4-5. The fuck wrong with him? Ain't on my level, I should let my dog get him. I see niggas and they feelings all feel them. Keep the Glocky with me, it was like a ball with it. Be at the end, I gotta stay patient. They hate me, Lord, I gotta stay patient. You one of them? Yeah. What's the problem? From one West, go to war with everybody.
Seen heaven turn to hell, I gotta stay alive. Lord have mercy on my soul, stand by my side. I killed the old man, and I watched him die. Lost a couple niggas, guess he wasn't my round. They play my niggas, lay you down, they all down the ride. Keep my gun in my arm, I gotta stay alive. I gotta stay alive. Keep my gun in my arm, I gotta stay alive. Tell me we don't live in hell. My brother doing 55 in that cell. Nigga claiming he your round here spit shell. Same nigga you put on to hit the stand and tell. How the fuck you turn your back on a nigga that love you? Treat your kids like my kids, treat you like a brother. I told my dog, let's leave the streets to serve the most high. He said, fuck that shit, he trying to sell another pie. His daddy killed him, put him in the trunk, set him on fire. His wife was pregnant, he ain't never get to see his child. Had me thinking to myself, what happened if I die? Look my babies in the eyes, I gotta stay alive. I put my ego on the shelf and my pride to the side. I'm with some niggas who gon' step and got God on their side. Got in the ISUPK, they keep asking me why. As I do the work of the Lord, I gotta stay alive. Face the east, pray alive. I seen heaven turn to hell, I gotta stay alive. Lord have mercy on my soul, stand by my side. I killed the old man and I watched him die. Lost a couple niggas, guess he wasn't my round. They play my niggas, lay you down, they all down the ride. Keep my gun in my arm, I gotta stay alive. I gotta stay alive. Keep my gun in my arm, I gotta stay alive.
You ever pump a pack with a snake by your side? Yes, I did. See a man reach out to God before he died? Yes, I did. I know the Lord forgive us for these sins, but I'm starting to think the kingdom of heaven is for these kids. I told my daughter, there's one man in your bed, I won't stand for left. For my son, I hit your head on that fragile act. I lost some niggas to that dope, I lost niggas to the feds. Remember Jono tried to stick me for that cheese on that bread, yeah, I was thugging with Lucky, that nigga left me for dead. Endured to the end, cause I listened to what was said. Mother told me she loved me when she was sick up in the bed. I was running them streets, but the truth made me a man. Shit, I don't really speak, cause she'll never understand. That's why I ain't even tell her about these voices in my head. I'm still trying to manage my anger like Uncle Craig.
I seen heaven turn to hell, I gotta stay alive. Lord have mercy on my soul, stand by my side. I killed the old man and I watched him die. Lost a couple niggas, guess he wasn't my round. They play my niggas, lay you down, they all down the ride. Keep my gun in my arm, I gotta stay alive. I gotta stay alive. Keep my gun in my arm, I gotta stay alive.
All right, Shalom, Israel. This is the ISUPK, started 1 West, 125th Street, Harlem, New York, under Commanding General Yohana. This Thursday night scripture breakdown class. And the topic of tonight's class is guarding your soul, right? So we headed into Passover right now. This coming week, rather, will be Passover week, right? April 4th is when the actual Passover is. But we're in Houston, Texas all week. You know what I'm saying? We got events going on from Wednesday all the way to following Sunday. You know what I'm saying? Make sure that you're there if you can be there. If you can't be there, make sure for whatever reason you can't be there, make sure you tune in online. But if you possibly can be there, don't be selfish. Don't be a individual light. You know what I'm saying? The Lord commanded us to come together during the Passover. He commanded that we all be together. Don't be selfish and have your own Passover, your own lamb and whatever by yourself. You know what I'm saying? We supposed to do it together as our tradition, right? But with that said, you know what I'm saying? The topic of the class, like I said, is guard your soul. Our souls is under threat. As men and as women, our souls as Israelites are under threat. There's all kind of wilds out there in the world that will have us do all type of wickedness and debauchery. They want our women to be out here having sex with everybody, carrying STDs and diseases and everything like that, making themselves available. But they want the same thing for you too, young man. They want you to do the same thing, brother. They want you to be equally as available and accessible as our women have been. And we can't have that. We can't allow that. But guarding your soul is more than just guarding your physical body and making sure that you don't do no physical, you know what I'm saying, sexual deviances. It's more than just that. It's also about spiritual fornication, protecting your soul from damnation, from destruction. You know, don't give yourself over to the chakras and the universe and the belief in strange gods and false idols. Don't do those things. Why? Because there ain't no profit in it. You know what I'm saying? The only thing that comes from them things is death and destruction. And we got choices to make. Are we going to serve the Most High the way he told us to serve him? Or are we going to fall victim to these fake religions? Christianity included, Islam included, you know what I'm saying? Catholicism, Santa Muerta, all them things included. You know, gang culture is a religion, believe it or not. That's included as well. You know what I'm saying? Do we serve the Lord how he told us to serve him? Or do we fall victim and fall prey to gang violence? Fall victim and fall prey to STDs, promiscuity, sexual deviance, you know what I'm saying? Belief in false idols, worshiping gold, you know what I'm saying? Believing that this is going to save us because we can see it, we can hold it, we can touch it. This is our God. And whenever it's in the room, you know what I'm saying? There's peace in the room. So we attribute it to this lion, this gold statue right here. That's evil. That's wickedness, right? So we're gonna get into the breakdown. Before I start, if anybody got any questions, feel free to put them in the chat and I'll answer them. We got brothers coming into the school right now. If brothers got questions, feel free to ask them. The first verse we're gonna go to is Salakia. Let's go to Deuteronomy chapter 17 and verse 1. Shalom, Lord Christ. Need to put some oil on that door. That's the creakingest door ever. Lock it. You need to change or something? Okay, come. All right, it's the book of Deuteronomy chapter 17 and verse 1. Thou shalt not sacrifice unto the Lord thy God any bullock or sheep wherein is blemish, or any evil favoredness, that is an abomination unto the Lord thy God. Right? So here we in the law, we have the Lord telling us how we're supposed to make sacrifices unto him. Right? And this verse right here specifically is important because he doesn't want anything that's got blemish. You know what I'm saying? Nothing that's or has evil favoredness, meaning anything that has the appearance of evil, for us an abomination unto him. Now, when the brother come back, I'm gonna have him pull a precept for me, but there's a precept in the New Testament, I think Paul, where he talked about how our bodies are supposed to be made an acceptable sacrifice. You know what I'm saying? This is the same thing. That acceptable sacrifice is supposed to be you. But in order for you to be that acceptable sacrifice, you got to be made pure. You got to be made clean. You got to be serving the Most High the way he commanded us to serve him. You know what I'm saying? Verse 2, if there be found among you within any of thy gates which the Lord thy God giveth thee, man or woman, that have wrought wickedness in thy sight, in the sight of the Lord, and transgressing his covenant, verse 3, and have gone and served other gods and worshipped them, either the sun or the moon, or any of the host of heaven, which I have not commanded thee. Right? So the Lord commanded that we don't serve those things. So like, you need to grab the box first, I think. If you could, whenever you get situated, I need to pull a precept for me. Salakia. Romans 12 and 1. Whenever you can, Salakia. Salakia, you got any questions before we start? Get into it. Okay. We can come back to Romans 12. We answer your question real quick.
What's the precepts for Melchizedek and Christ being the same?
The same?
Yeah.
All right, so what are we under? We're priests under what order?
Order of Melchizedek.
And who is... It's almost hard not to understand it. Okay, let me think. Okay. I guess we can go to the first appearance of Melchizedek, right? So let's go to Hebrews. Let me see. It's Hebrews 7 and 3, I think. You start at verse 2. No, you start at verse 1.
The book of Hebrews, chapter 7 and verse 1. For this Melchizedek, king of Salem, priest of the Most High God, who met Abraham, returning from the slaughter of the kings, and blessed him.
Right, so this is Melchizedek, he's the priest of the Most High. You know what I'm saying? Before the Levitical priesthood, before the Levites existed, before Israel even existed, the Lord was only dealing with Abraham. But the Lord had a priest. That priest, and we're going to read about it, how he appeared. It was not natural. You know what I'm saying? Keep reading.
Verse 2. To whom also Abraham gave a tenth part of all.
Slakia, he gave a tenth part of the corn.
Of all.
He gave a tenth part of the vegetables.
Of all.
People out there believe that my cousin, he got posted a status asking a question. In the old times, during the biblical times, was tithes always money? Was it not food? Was it not wheat and grain and corn? This verse said he gave a tenth part of all after slaughtering kings. You telling me that these kings were just farmers? All the people that all they had in the kingdom was wheat and corn and vegetables. No, they had gold, they had money in there. That's why they was kings. And he took all of that and gave Melchizedek a tenth part of all of it. Keep going. That just proves that's a verse you can go to prove that tithes ain't fruits and vegetables. You know what I'm saying? But keep going.
Come. First being by interpretation, king of righteousness.
Mm-hmm.
After that, also king of Salem, which is king of peace.
Right. So this is the Prince of Peace, the King of Peace. These are all titles that's given to the King Melchizedek, right? To Melchizedek, rather, right? Keep going.
Verse 3. Without father, without mother, without descent, having neither beginning of days nor end of life.
That's how you know it's Christ right there. That's one example of how you know it's Christ right there. Keep going.
But made like unto the Son of God.
But made like who?
To the Son of God.
Who's the Son of God?
Christ.
Exactly. By this point, you know what I'm saying? All what Paul was teaching, or all of the Israelites, the disciples was teaching that Christ was the Son of God. You know what I'm saying? Not that he was physically God's son, like he came out of the Most High, but he is the Most High's chosen son. You know what I'm saying?
I can see a Christian using this right now to try to prove the immaculate conception.
Terrible. Terrible. But it says made like unto the Son of God. Shalom Christ, sis. Zabak, we got to get some oil for that door, man. Whenever you get some time, brother Salaki, if you could. Man. For real. Shalom Christ, sis. How you doing? All right, so we in Hebrews 7 and 3 right now. The brother's question was, what verses can we go to prove that Melchizedek is Christ, right? It's the first appearance of Christ outside of Adam, right? And the reason why you can say that you know that he's Christ is, for one, he had no mother, no father. No human on earth ever was born without a mother or father. This was an appearance of Christ coming to the world as Melchizedek, right? And we know that the Christ is Melchizedek because it also gave titles to him, right? Calling him what? The King of Salem. And what did it call him?
The King of Salem. It's like first being by interpretation, King of righteousness.
Mm-hmm.
And after that, also the King of Salem.
You know what Salem means? Salem is a Greek rendition of the word shalom, which means peace. It's called him the King of Peace. If you go to Isaiah 7 and 14, I believe, it talks about the prophecy about Christ being born. It also talks about the prophecy of Isaiah's son being born. But it calls him, one of the titles that he's going to have is Prince of Peace, right? So that's another way you can connect this to Christ. Melchizedek is Christ. You know what I'm saying? But answer your question. You got what? Oh, okay. Here's a pen right here. Salaki, y'all have any questions before we go on? All right. Where were we?
So you might have to go into the whole thing. So which one is the one to prove that he was Adam too?
That proved that he was Adam?
Right.
Where is that at? It's about the first man, Adam. It literally called him the first man, Adam, and the last man, correct? Or last man, Adam. Let's see. Yes. 1 Corinthians 15 and 45. Let's go there. 1 Corinthians chapter 15 Yeah, 45.
Said the other one, the precept was Isaiah 7 and
7 and 14. Let me pull it up real quick to make sure. 1 Corinthians 15 and 45 is where we're going. And the one you're looking for is Isaiah chapter 7 and 14, I believe. No, 7 and 16. Hold on. Wait a minute. I might have the wrong one. Let me see. Yeah, 7 and 14. Let me see. Behold. Emmanuel. No. I thought I had the right one. This might not be the right precept. Zabak, maybe you could help me out. There's a precept where Christ is prophesied to be called the Prince of Peace. Oh, Salaki, it's Isaiah 9 and 6. Yeah, it's Isaiah 9 and 6. You cut the air on, Baba Kasha. Zabak. You're cooking. The what?
Cool.
And bro. All right. What do I have you pull? Oh wait, you two up? Isaiah, 1 Corinthians 15 and 45. God, we're gonna go somewhere completely different.
1 Corinthians
15 and 45.
Oh, right.
Good.
1 Corinthians chapter 15, verse 45. And so it is written, the first man, Adam, was made a living soul.
Right. So the first man, Adam, was made a living soul. Keep going.
The last Adam was made a quickening spirit.
So who is the last Adam? Who is this verse talking about?
So Christ.
It's only could be talking about Christ, unless you tell me the literal last man born named Adam was made a quickening spirit. What is a quickening spirit?
I don't know.
A quickening spirit is like a cleansing spirit. You know what I'm saying? When Christ was unalived on the cross, his body was destroyed, you know what I'm saying? Was unalived, but his spirit didn't die. His spirit was made a spirit that was meant to bear the punishment that all of our spirits owe the Most High. It was made a quickening spirit. Keep going, or go ahead, about.
I have a precept.
Go ahead.
Back on what you're saying.
Go ahead.
John chapter 6 and verse 63.
Let me get there with you. Hold on. John 6 and what?
Verse 63.
Go ahead.
It is the spirit that quickeneth. The flesh profited nothing.
Mm-hmm.
The words that I speak unto you, they are spirit and they are life.
Right. So this is a proof that Christ's spirit, the quickening of his spirit meant that his spirit was going to be the thing that paid the debt that was owed to the Most High. You know what I'm saying? It's a quickening spirit that brought us life versus the death that we owe the Most High. That our spirits owe the Most High. The complete destruction of us, real talk, is what we owe to the Most High. But Christ was made a quickening spirit, you know what I'm saying? And that's proof, that's another proof that Christ is the first man, Adam. Because if he's the last man, Adam, and that person, whoever the last man, Adam, was also the first man, Adam, that's a proof of his coming as the first man, Adam. You know what I'm saying? And plus, that's another reason, and on a real, like deep level, you could say that Adam committing sin ultimately is the reason why all of us are here now in destruction, facing destruction. And the only way that we could be redeemed from this destruction if the person who committed the sin be punished for the sin he committed. And that's why Christ had to die for the nation. You know what I'm saying? But it was foretold that would happen anyway, that he would die for the nation. You know what I'm saying? It says it's going forth. Wait, hold on, not that one. What does it say? Hold on. It says from the foundation of the world. Let me see. I'm gonna have to go find that precept. Us and him before the foundation of it, we should be home without playing before. Yeah, I'm gonna have to find that precept. That's not the right one. But the whole point is what I'm saying. What I'm saying though is that Christ was already determined. That it was already determined that Christ was going to suffer for what he did in the garden as Adam, right? And then fast forward, you had him coming as Solomon, and him coming as Solomon. Before Solomon was born, it was told to David that his son would be stricken with the rods of men. And Solomon never experienced that. You know what I'm saying? Only Christ experienced what that prophecy was talking about. He's the only son of David that was ever stricken with the rods of men for the sins that he committed. You know what I'm saying? And his sons definitely committed sins. A lot of them committed sins throughout David's whole line on both Nathan and Solomon's side committed hella sins. But the only one who was punished for the sins they committed directly was Christ. But the only sin that Christ committed, because Christ was perfect, the only sin he committed was when he was Adam, the first sin that was ever done. That makes sense?
Go.
All right. Was that it?
Yeah. Go.
Vanderbilt. All right. What was we at? 1 Corinthians 15 and what? 45? Go ahead, read us about. Wait. No, that's what we just read, right?
Yeah, that's
Yeah, we twab on that. All right, so let's get back into it then. All right, nobody got no questions? Everybody twab? All right. So title of class, of course, like I said, is Guard Your Soul. You know, right now our souls are being under attack. They got all this spring break stuff going on with Houston. We're going to Houston. Shout out to Houston, you know what I'm saying? Passover 2026. But while we there, we got to protect ourselves, brothers especially. Sisters as well, not just brothers especially. I shouldn't do that. Sisters as well. If you're a single sister especially, don't be out there having too much fun. You know what I'm saying? Make sure you know where you're going. Make sure that where you're going is safe because it's spring break in Houston just happened and it was crazy. Did y'all see the photos? Y'all see the videos? It's terrible. There's one sister, I think her name was Alicia or something like that. She and a whole bunch of brothers first day in Houston videos, naked in their bed, sleep. How many men she didn't have sex with out there? It's crazy. You know what I'm saying? But they promote that to our daughters as if that's fun. You know, spring break, do whatever. You only was it YOLO. You only live once. You know what I'm saying? Go to spring break in Houston. You ain't never been in Houston and just have sex with everybody, you know? And now all these brothers and all these sisters is walking around with diseases, broken relationships, single parent households done been formed from this crap, you know? So the garden of your soul is not necessarily just a spiritual thing. It's also physical, you know what I'm saying? Protect yourself from the dangers that's out there. But really protect yourself from the things that they want you to believe too. They want you to come out of the truth, go out there and have fun with them. They want you to worship the goat. I don't know if y'all was watching earlier. They want you to worship this lion, all right? Because this lion is in here. Every time you come in here, it's quiet in this classroom. Every time you come in here, this lion is in here and this piece ain't caught on fire or nothing. No electrical fires. The ceiling ain't fell out yet. So they'll attribute that to this lion. They'll attribute it to this safari, you know what I'm saying? To this scroll. They'll attribute it to what this bottle, this drink right here, because we got a bunch of them in the refrigerator. They'll attribute it to that. And they'll tell you to worship that because you can see it and you can touch it. Just like the universe. The universe is all around you and it's happening and you can feel the effects of the moon pulling away and all the science that they give you. But that's not gonna get you off of drugs. That's not gonna protect you when World War III happened, knowing that information. That's not gonna save you. You ain't got no contingency plans behind knowing that the universe is steadily, constantly expanding and it's moving faster than light. What's the point of knowing that stuff? It ain't no point. But people make whole religions out of it. And you got to protect yourself from it. Let's go to Deuteronomy. That's where I was at, Salakia. Let's go to Deuteronomy 17:1. You got to protect yourself from all these strange gods. And they are strange gods. The Lord didn't make them for us to worship. He allowed the heathen to have their devices within reason until it's time for us to rule the world. Until it's time for us to show them what it really means to worship the Most High God. So if you look perplexed, you got a question? 17:1. Kanaka, you can read that whenever you're ready.
The book of Deuteronomy, chapter 17, and verse 1. Thou shalt not sacrifice unto the Lord thy God any bullock or sheep wherein is blemish,
Mm-hmm.
or evil, or any evil favoredness. For that is an abomination unto the Lord thy God.
So that is an abomination unto the Lord thy God. Oh, Slakia, Kanaka, give me Romans. No, Zabak. No. Kanaka, give me Romans 12:1. That verse said that you're supposed to be sacrificing to the Most High nothing that has blemish or in any evil favoredness, for that is an abomination unto the Most High God. Meaning, anything that we sacrifice unto the Lord needs to be perfect. It needs to be given to Him the way He commanded that it be, not with the appearance of evil. The evil favoredness, meaning that it looks like a good sheep, but in reality is wallowing in the poop with the swines. The Lord don't want that. He wants a sheep. He wants a good, no blemish having sheep. That's not evil favoredness, right? You got that verse?
12:1.
Okay. Go ahead.
The book of Romans, chapter 12, verse 1. I beseech you, therefore, brethren, by the mercies of God, that ye present your bodies a living sacrifice,
Keep going.
holy, acceptable unto God.
It needs to be holy and acceptable to the Lord. That living sacrifice is the same thing that the verse Deuteronomy 17:1 is talking about. He wants a perfect sacrifice. Back then we were sacrificing animals. Christ was our last sacrifice. Now what do we sacrifice? Ourselves. We give up our time. We give up our beliefs. We give up the fun of the world. We give up our own personal desires so that we can please the Most High. Read that verse again.
Come. I beseech you, therefore, brethren, by the mercies of God, that ye present your bodies a living sacrifice.
A living sacrifice. He don't want nothing that's dead. He want us to be alive and willing to suffer for Him. That's you guarding your soul. Because other people will tell you to live your life, have fun, and when you die, you know what I'm saying, you can get what they call deathbed salvation. Well, when you finally on your deathbed, now you confessing that Christ is your Lord and Savior, and now all of a sudden now you don't eat pork. You've been eating pork, shrimp, crab, and lobster literally your whole life. Now you done caught a stray, and now you land there. Oh my God! How about Shemel Shabrak? And then you pass out. You die. You bleed out. No, it don't work that way. It don't work that way. You're gonna go to the Father. You're gonna be judged, and you're gonna come right back to this place, and you're gonna be born blind. You're gonna be born with a broke leg. Your leg gonna be broke in the womb. You know what I'm saying? Y'all looking at me like I'm crazy that the brother was born in a wheelchair and Christ touched him and he got up and walked. You know what I'm saying? Not wheelchair, but he was born paraplegic. You know what I'm saying? Oh, no, Slakia, no. The brother was born blind. That's what happened. He was born blind. And the disciples questioned it. Give me that, Zabak. Give me that. John 9:1. Is it 9? I believe it's 9:1. Y'all was looking at me like I was crazy. Yeah, 9:1. 9:1. John 9:1. Good.
John chapter 9, verse 1.
Mm-hmm.
And as your house shall pass by, he saw a man which was blind from birth.
So this man was born blind, right? Nothing happened to him. He was born this way. Keep going.
Verse 2. And his disciple said, who did sin? This man or his parents? That he was born blind.
Now, how could that man who was born blind commit sin that he was born blind? He had to have done it before.
Okay.
That meant the punishment Christ ended up answering a question, obviously, and in saying that neither was the case. It was but so the Lord could show his power in this man. But the fact that they even asked the question meant they understood the concept of regeneration, meaning that they knew that if we commit sins in our past life, we'll suffer the judgment of depending on how grievous that sin was in our next life. And that's what they thought happened to this brother. He was born blind. They was like, who did the sin? Was it him? Or was it his parents? Was his parents so wicked and so evil that you cursed them by giving them a blind son? Or was he so wicked and so evil in his past life that when you sent them back, you took his sight from him? That's what they was wondering. You know what I'm saying? So I ain't crazy. You know what I'm saying? That's proof of regeneration in the Bible. You really do come back and suffer. You don't die and go to a place called hell and just be in there for eternity. You die, you go to the Most High, just like every wicked and every righteous spirit, and then you judge. And whenever He's ready, He sends you back here, but you're gonna live out judgment here, right? But let's go back to Deuteronomy though, 17:2. All right, because the goal is to make ourselves a good and acceptable sacrifice unto the Lord. And He demands His sacrifices be done a certain way with a certain thing, an acceptable flesh, uncorruptible flesh, right? You got to put off sin and put on the armor of God, and then sacrifice that armor. Sacrifice that flesh. Read it when you got it. Deuteronomy 17:2.
The book of Deuteronomy, chapter 17 and verse 2. If there be found among you within any of thy gates, which the Lord thy God giveth thee, man or woman, that have wrought wickedness in the sight of the Lord thy God, and transgressing his covenant,
Mm-hmm.
and have gone and served other gods, and worshiped them, either the sun or moon, or any of the hosts of heaven, which I have not commanded.
The Lord did not command us to worship the sun, the moon, or the host of heaven, because people worship comets, they worship meteors, they worship the planets, the stars. The Lord commanded that we don't worship that. Give me precept. Give me precept. Raw, give me precept. I know you know it. You trying to let these brothers get the answers, so go ahead. You can show them up. Give me the precept. Word of precept, that's it. The Lord said that we're not supposed to worship the stars of heaven. Because otherwise, that means I could teach you to be a fake. I could be a fake Israelite up here. I done infiltrated the UPK, and I can tell all of y'all we're supposed to worship the moon. We're supposed to have a feast of new moon, or a feast of new moon, or keep a lunar Sabbath, or whatever. You know what I'm saying? This is how we disprove them things. So can't nobody come up and destroy your spirit, destroy what the Lord gave you, the wisdom and the knowledge the Lord is gave us.
You said 4:19.
That's not it, but you can read it.
The Lord warns against worshiping the sun and moon. That's what you just read.
No, we in Deuteronomy 17:2.
It says the Lord warns against worshiping the sun, the moon, and the stars.
Read that in the KJV. Deuteronomy what? 4 and what? 19?
4 and 19.
Yeah, read that in the KJV. Go ahead, Kanaka.
10 and 2.
Read it.
The book of Jeremiah, chapter 10, verse 2. Thus said the Lord, learn not the way of the heathen,
Mm-hmm.
and be not dismayed at the signs of heaven.
God.
For the heathen are dismayed at them.
So the heathen are dismayed at them. The Lord commanded that we don't worship the stars. Don't worry about what's going on in space. Y'all remember a couple years ago they was talking about Area 51? Show us them aliens. You know what I'm saying? They talking about black people gonna get superpower. That's because they worried about the thing that's in space. They worried about cinema and Hollywood and what Hollywood showed them, and they ain't looking in the scriptures the things that we supposed to know about what's out there. The only thing we supposed to know about that's out there is don't worship it. You know what I'm saying? The moon is for the keeping of time, the passage of time, for agricultural science. The sun is obviously for giving life to everything, and it serves its purpose. Give us light, life, everything. But together they work in conjunction to make the world function the way the Lord commanded that it function. That don't mean we worship it though. We don't give the glory of the Most High to the sun, to the moon, to the stars, and we damn sure don't worship no damn comets. You got these people out here talking about what fell in the meteors that fell in Ohio, and people worshiping that, talking about, see, Christ coming back, he on his way. The scripture said flaming arrows of fire. It's a damn meteor, man. It's a rock. Next thing you know, the people gonna be Muslim. Worshiping stones, man. See, this the one. Them rocks fell from heaven, but this rock is just here. It was always here. It's the Lord's rock. That's what the Muslims gonna say. This Allah. Don't fall for that. Sis, you got that verse? When y'all pull Deuteronomy 4:19, so read for the sister, because she might have a good precept. Go ahead.
The book of Deuteronomy chapter 4, verse 19. And lest thou lift up thine eyes unto heaven, and when thou seest the sun and the moon and the stars, even all the host of heaven, shouldest be driven to worship them and serve them, which the Lord thy God hath divided unto all nations under the whole heaven.
Give the sister a hand. That's a damn good precept, man. That's proof right there. The Lord he didn't give them to the heathen to worship. He made them, and the heathen started worshiping them. But that was never supposed to be the way. But we damn sure ain't supposed to worship them. You ain't supposed to be caught stargazing. Why? Because you're going to end up worshiping the sun and the stars and the moon and be like, damn, I'm the only person with the moon looking at the sky right now. The Little Dipper kind of just shifted shape a little bit. Nobody else saw it. It must be a sign. I'm supposed to read this and interpret that. And you're the only person that saw anything happen because you was watching it and you was looking, you was amazed. Now, I got to get this man out of my house. I got to leave him. The Little Dipper told me I got to leave my man. You can't believe that. But the heathen will tell you to believe in the stars and believe in what they call it. Not astronomy. What's it called? Astrology. Yeah, believe in your zodiacs and stuff like that. Fun fact, let me give y'all some science. Do you know? I was talking about the Little Dipper. The Little Dipper is a constellation of stars in shape of a little pot, right? For Little Dipper, and they got the Big Dipper. Did you know that it wasn't always that way according to science? The same scientists who tell you that this is what that group of stars is supposed to be called, you know, they wasn't always like that. Those stars used to be way further apart from each other. And then just over the passage of time, according to science, they got closer together. So before then, there was no Little Dipper. So that means before then, what was they worshiping? What was they looking at the stars and learning? What was their doctrine? And then after the stars moved around, now they got a whole new doctrine about the Little Dipper. Some of us worship this thing that the Lord predates. The God who created this thing predates. Give me that verse. They rather worship the creation rather than the creator. One of y'all. I'm supposed to worship this thing that the Most High God created versus worshiping the Most High who created that thing. That's what they want you to do. That's what they want you to believe. I was going to say something, but it's going to probably be wicked. I probably shouldn't say it. I won't say it. Good.
Romans chapter 1, verse 25.
Good.
Who changed the truth of God into a lie?
Do y'all know what blasphemy is? You said 1 and 25?
Oh.
Read the verse before it.
Verse 24. Wherefore God also gave them up to uncleanness through the lust of their own hearts, to dishonor their own bodies between themselves.
To dishonor their bodies between themselves, right? So we was reading earlier about making yourself a living sacrifice, a acceptable sacrifice to the Most High. But when you dishonor your body, the Lord don't want nothing to do with that. You up here performing homosexual stuff, acts, whatever deviances, and castrating yourself. There's a law against that. If you cut your rod off, you can't come into the congregation. That's over with. The Lord don't want nothing to do with that. Read that again.
Wherefore God also gave them up to uncleanness through the lust of their own hearts, to dishonor their own bodies between themselves.
God, now that's another example too, because you got people out here who will say that of God so righteous and he's so against homosexuality, why did he create homosexuality? That verse just said he gave you up to your own vile affection. He didn't put that in you to want that, to desire that. You chose that. So he let you have it. He gave you what you wanted. He didn't create it. You did in your mind. Keep going. Oh, go ahead. You was gonna say something?
Man, this is crazy because I just seen a little post. You might have seen it earlier. It said, "Man goes viral for saying that he was broke and his son was in the hospital, so he went pay for gay because he'd do anything for his son."
Pay for gay. I ain't heard nothing about that.
He did. So
like it, what?
Behind for money.
Wow. Hey, give me that verse that say, children are the oppressors. Because that's what that is. That's exactly what that is. He's a slave to his child. I don't give a damn. All right, look, there's a scripture, right? Maybe we should go there first. Hold that, Zabak. Give me that verse. If any man loves his father, his son, or daughter more than he loves me, he is not worthy of me. I think I need to go there first to make this real plain, make this real clear. Because what I'm about to say is gonna sound like heresy to some people, to some parents. You know, y'all ever seen that Cat Williams skit, Pimp Chronicles, where the lights was off and he was like, "Fuck them goddamn lights." Y'all ain't never seen it? That's crazy. Man, y'all need to go see Pimp. Go watch Pimp Chronicles when you time. It's funny as hell. But but the reason why I brought that up though is because he said, like I say, he said he hit the blunt. He was like, "Fuck them goddamn lights." That's how you gotta be about your children when it comes to the Most High. You don't have to. Your children needs health, safety, all that comes second to serving the Lord. You don't destroy yourself to save your children. Take care of your children. Slakia. Go ahead, you had a hand up, sis.
Cause you talking about Matthew 10:3.
Read it. Y'all letting the sister 5 precepts faster than y'all brothers. We.
Anyone who loves their father and mother more than me is not worthy of me.
Mm-hmm. We can't love our father or mother more than Christ. Keep going. You got to pull it up. Call it out again.
Matthew 10:34.
Mm-hmm.
He that loveth his father or mother more than me is not worthy of me, and he that loves his son and daughter more than me is not worthy of me.
So if you love your father or your mother more than the Most High, you're not worthy of him. And if you love your son or your daughter more than you love the Most High, you're not worthy of him. You can't. Oh, Slacky, go ahead, sis.
I would say the precept to that is Luke 14:26.
We should go down the rabbit hole now, but no, you good. Good job, sis. But yeah, so you don't ever want to choose your children over the Most High, because what will happen is you'll end up like what the brother just brought out. And it's your spirit is in the right place, but your behind is not. Okay, it's not meant to be exposed. You're not supposed to sell yourself over to sin. Damn, bro, so many precepts I could pull from this, man. What are you holding?
I'm still in just Deuteronomy 17.
Hold that and give me be angry and sin not. For real, bro, listen. All of what we talking about, all this is all ties in together with the spirit of the class as well, because we're supposed to be protecting ourselves from wickedness. Scripture say, work out your own soul salvation. So real quick, if I could, right? So this is what I mean when I say brothers need to read more. Not talking about y'all, but I'm saying in general, brothers need to read more, because it'll come like this where I can't even have a conversation with you. I can't teach you without precepts just flooding my mind to show you what I'm talking about. You know what I'm saying? I'm telling you to believe something contrary to what America wants you to think. America, the world will tell you self-sacrifice for the next generation. Do it for those that come after. You should. But when it comes to committing sin, you should not. When it comes to disobeying the Most High God, you do not. As parents, we want to protect our children from everything under the sun, but we also got to protect them from us. We got to be strong examples of and teach them what to do in life, because we're not going to be there forever. We have to prepare them for life, the eventuality it's inevitable of surviving without us. And that means we can't teach them that if your baby gets sick and you poor, that you can sell your behind to afford to take care of that baby. There's other ways. Why was getting a job not on the table? Why was flipping burgers not on the table? Even McDonald's, working at McDonald's, you get insurance that you can put your son or your baby on, and the insurance will take care of the vast majority of the bill. You might go in debt, but you don't got to sell your behind. You know what I'm saying? You ain't gonna eat a whole roll of toilet paper. Salakia. You got that verse? Go ahead, read it.
Book of Ephesians chapter 4, verse 26.
Mm-hmm.
Be ye angry and sin not.
Be angry and sin not. The water, since I see you got it in the chat, Salakia. Be angry and sin not. Don't commit sin believing that committing that sin is gonna be what's the word? I won't say forgiven. Yeah, don't be angry and think committing that sin is gonna be forgiven by the Most High, because you did it willingly, knowing what you was doing, especially considering you had other options. You know what I'm saying? Is that it on it?
Let not the sun go down upon your wrath.
Mm-hmm. That's it. Don't let the sun go down upon your wrath. Meaning, if you got other options to exhaust, then exhaust them other options. Don't just jump to committing sin. You know, they got that it's always been a rumor that I've always heard. I don't know, maybe Zabak, you might have heard about it. They say if you uh cut off your testicles, they give you $50,000 a piece for them. I don't know if you heard about that. That's a rumor I've always heard growing up. In Cali, they give you 50 bands for one testicle. Brothers talking about they would do it. Where? Who? I'm not. I'm not doing that. There's a multitude of reasons why that's a problem for me. You know what I'm saying? But the number one is that the Lord told me not to do it. If you remove your jewels, you or your rod, you will not be allowed into the congregation. I can't walk into the I'm gonna have to die and be born in the kingdom. I don't want that. I'm trying to walk into the kingdom, Lord willing. I gotta go in there fully intact, if you catch my drift. That's a lot, kid. All right, let's go back to Deuteronomy. What was he at? 17 and 3? 4. Everybody 12, anybody got no question? You got a question, sis? Go ahead.
Me and the coworker, me and one of my class was talking yesterday. He basically he was like, when the Most High come back and we out and we go to heaven, we ain't gonna be fruitful.
You talking about that? We ain't gonna what, reproduce, have children? What was the first commandment given to man? You gonna tell me that now we got the kingdom? We was put in wicked, evil earth, and we was told to reproduce. Go and do it. Now we got the kingdom of heaven. We got it just got a million times better, y'all. But we can't have sex. I don't want to go to heaven if I can't have sex. I'm sorry. I don't want that. He can go there. All right, he can go there and do all that weird stuff. You know, in 2001, they was talking about the Arabs bombing in 9/11. They were saying that they did it with the promise of 72 virgins. He's one of them people. He believes that he's supposed to go and have them virgins. Them virgins wasn't supposed to be women. Those virgins was men. Did you know that? Yeah, 72 male virgins. That's what your coworker, that's what he wants. Okay. I'm not going there. I'm not going. That's Allah's heaven. I don't want that heaven. Okay. I'm good. All right. I need the kingdom of heaven to have beautiful black women, Hispanic women, Native Indian women. And some of them need to have white corsages on. Okay. When I see them at the feast days, Feast of Tabernacles, we are going to keep that in the kingdom. When I see them there, I'm going to grab one. Might grab two, Lord willing. But I'll tell you what's not going to happen. I'm not going to not have not one. It's not going to happen. I'm not going to have zero in the kingdom. It's not happening, dog. No. Because what's the point of the kingdom, man? The point of the kingdom is for us to have rulership, right? That's the whole point. But we're going to die in the kingdom. And when we die in the kingdom, who we leaving that stuff to? If we ain't got no children, how we going to come back? You're just going to just dwell with the Most High in the spiritual world, and then humanity going to just die off? Or does he think we're going to just live forever? Does he think eternal life means literally I, myself, a Cariala, will never die? I don't want to live that long. You know what happens as we get old? Stuff stop working. I don't want to live long enough to need help being wiped. I'm good. I don't want that. I don't want to be that burden on my family, for one. For two, I don't want that to happen. I don't want to experience that. I'm sure I'm going to have to. Lord willing, I'll have to. But I don't want to have to. You know what I'm saying? I definitely don't want to live forever that way. It's going to magically just start working again. Magically, my limp going to go away. Magically, my knees ain't going to hurt no more. They ain't going to pop when I stand up no more. What's they call? I'm going to get the Benjamin Button. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to reverse age. No, it ain't going to happen. So no. In the kingdom of heaven, we will definitely be reproducing. Let me think. Is there a precept for that? Is there a precept for that?
Does it want to say the generations, it'll be passed down to our generation? I can't remember what it, you know what I'm talking about?
There's one about our slaves. Our slaves, which we'll have in the kingdom of heaven, they're going to be passed down to our children throughout the generations for an inheritance. That's an example of it right there. That's a precept that you can go to if you can find it. But that's a precept you can go to where our handmaids and our bondmen. What is it? How is it worded? I forget how it's worded, but paraphrasing, our servants, our slaves are gonna be an inheritance for our children. So, I mean, if we ain't got no children before the kingdom come, and then we got slaves in the kingdom, who gonna get our slaves? We gotta have children so our children can have our slaves. You know what I'm saying? Our slaves gonna have children. We can't just have a world with just us in it. Because who's gonna build the temple? Who gonna build the kingdom? Us? No. You don't see Mexicans working on the roof. They're gonna have Mexican roofing contractors or companies, whatever, and they're gonna have white men out there on the roof in the sun, beating. The shot said, look, listen, the Lord be with you. No, I ain't gonna say that, but what are you say? Good luck out there if you a white man or a white woman and you work on the Shocks plantation, bro. The Shock said that you're gonna make them make all of everything that white people need. He won't let them use it. They're gonna make sunscreen, but they won't get to have none. That's psychological torture. The scriptures tell us to do that. There's a precept about that. It's to imagine torments. You know what I'm saying? I'm paraphrasing because it might not even be worded that way, but it literally tells it's telling the Levites to imagine torments for the heathen. That's what we're supposed to be doing. When we get the kingdom, we got goals and aspirations, but it all depends on people reproducing. Because if they don't reproduce, then we're going to have to build the kingdom, and I'm not doing that. It's not happening. I ain't served in this truth for my entire new life, and just to get to the kingdom, I have to work like a slave. No, our slaves gonna work like slaves. You got that? One of y'all getting something? Me to what? We go back to Deuteronomy then.
Go.
Let's go back to Deuteronomy. It's like to answer your question, sis. What's happening, Christ? Again, 17 and 4.
Verse 4.
Salaki, I've been teaching for a whole hour and ain't pulled but one precept, one verse in this whole breakdown. Salaki. Go ahead.
And it be told thee, and thou hast heard of it, and inquired diligently, and behold, it be true,
Mm-hmm.
and the thing certain that such abomination is wrought in Israel.
Such abomination is wrought in Israel, though, right? People in our nation do worship the stars. They believe that if they put an elephant in their house and put $20 under it, it's gonna bring them wealth. We believe that. We believe in the zodiac. Depending on what month and day you was born, you can tell me everything I need to know about you as a person. You're a Taurus. I need to talk to you. Go ahead.
Our sisters be that worried about that and still can't keep them out.
You feel me? So clearly something ain't working here. You see what I'm saying? That's why I was bringing up earlier. They talking about the damn Little Dipper. You worshiping these stars and looking at these stars, expecting them to give you guidance. What happens when the stars move a little bit? Now it ain't the same no more. So that means that the guidance that you thought was real, now it's shifted. You gonna change with the guidance. Now who gonna give you the new sauce? Who gonna tell you the new guidance now? You know what I'm saying? I heard back in the day they was talking about there's now a 13th sign or whatever, even though it's only 12 months. Come on. Keep going.
Come. And the thing is certain that such abomination is wrought in Israel, verse 5. Then shalt thou bring forth that man or that woman, which hath committed that wicked thing unto thy gates, even man or that woman, and shalt stone them with stones till they die.
And you shall stone them with stones till they die. When we get the kingdom, these righteous punishments are going to come back. But all of this exists to protect us from ourselves, to protect us from the wicked that's among us, even among our people, because they will have us believing in nonsense that's going to destroy us. Prime example, right? You had a group of black women that believed in the feminist movement. They thought the feminist movement meant, power to black women. What it meant really was the destruction of the black household. It wasn't about empowering black women at all. You know what I'm saying? It was about taking control of the black household by giving the black women the illusion of power. You know who they believed in on it? A white woman. A white woman told them that. And then later on went back home to her husband every day. But was having them meetings and pep rallies and marches and standing strong with them black women. So she can go back home and blow a white man's rod, bro. But telling you that you need to get away from them, though. You know? We have to kill those sisters. those brothers that want to believe in them things when we get in the kingdom. And literally, like it's like not literally, but spiritually, we want to kill them now. You know what I'm saying? Kill that thing in them that believes that that's the right way, that we should join ourselves to people. I made a post on TikTok talking about how we should stand for our Latino brothers and sisters. And there was a white man that came on there talking about the Native Indians. They don't believe in color. They didn't see no color whenever we got off them boats, or my ancestors got off them boats. They showed us love, and we took care of each other. We loved each other. We were family, and we you know what I'm saying, we prospered together. I said that's a full blatant lie. And it's crazy that you would even come on here and post that on the internet, knowing damn well America broke 500 peace treaties with the so-called Native Indian people. You know what I'm saying? There was a brother named Tecumseh. He lived in what was it? Priest Town, I think is what it's called. Y'all know what I'm talking about? In Virginia. It's Priest. Or no, Prophet Town. Prophet Town, Virginia. Whenever you get some time, Google it. I was supposed to make a documentary about it. I'm gonna do it. But there was a brother named Tecumseh, right? And so during the Trail of Tears, he led 5 what they call the 5 civilized tribes now. The reason why they call the 5 civilized tribes, before there was just a whole bunch of Native Indian tribes, and during the Trail of Tears, they was quartered in sections of America, going from South America all the way north, as well as South America all the way west towards Oklahoma. It went in 2 different directions, and he united those people, and he was the leader of that whole confederacy, and was fighting back and winning against the U.S. government, and they killed him. They I forget what the I gotta do the documentary, but they unalived that brother. You know what I'm saying? But this man telling me that we supposed to love white people, we supposed to trust white people the way our Hispanic, or not Hispanic, but our Native Indian brothers trusted white people. Their forefathers trusted white people. They didn't trust white people. They never ever did. The ones that did, we see the results of what happened. Now they on the reservation. They had this whole plot of country of land. Now they down to 3 square miles and 4 buffalo. And that's it. Go ahead.
Our Mexican brothers and sisters, that shouldn't trust me. I've seen something on Facebook. This man got Donald Trump name tattooed on his arm, and then got deported the next day.
Mm-hmm. It's terrible.
Like man tattooed on you and then get deported.
But you know, I can laugh at that because Black people have done something very, very similar. But I'm gonna get to it. On top of that, there was a brother that he was a roofing contractor. I just watched this video earlier before y'all got here. It was a brother, he was a roofing contractor. He put the roof on this woman's house. As soon as he finished, she called ICE. That's insane. But trusting in this beast, that's what happens. You know what I'm saying? And I said I was gonna tell y'all. So Black people have done a very, very similar thing. The brother got the white man name tattooed on his arm. We love Trump, and got his ass deported the very next day. That same thing is literally what happened with the Black community, with trusting white people for redlining. Integration as a whole. That's what that was. Him getting that tattoo and then getting deported is us trusting integration and then us being completely destroyed. We don't have HBCUs no more. That's why they call HBCU, they're historical. You don't have Black colleges, Black universities. The Black education system, doesn't exist anymore. And our whole curriculum has been dumbed down to mix in with white people. The things we learn now, we was well beyond those things. That they gave it words, fancy words, and big formulas, but for us it was damn near common sense. That's why the what is it called? The cotton gin. A Black woman invented the cotton gin. She got tired of bending over picking that damn cotton, and she invented the cotton gin. She ain't got no machines engineer. She don't know nothing about all these theorems and these formulas and angles and none. She just knew if I put this right here and turn this right here, it'll pick the cotton for me, and it worked. And they stole it. And then later on, fast forward, now we got integration. Now we don't invent stuff no more. We don't innovate no more. It's the exact same thing as getting a tattoo of Trump's name and then getting deported. Go ahead.
Yeah, see, my daughter, she go the college she go to, it's HBCU, but she was like, her history teacher is a white lady. And she was like, she be trying to teach, her Black history teacher is a white lady. Like,
hey, Salaki, y'all know what that remind me of? Y'all ever seen How High? He said, you should be furious. You should be storming out the classroom like the rest of your, you said the rest of your black brethren. You should be storming about the classroom. Slacky, go ahead, sis.
And then she was calling us and telling us something, you know. My husband was like, well, go tell her. She was like, go tell her. She was like, and then she was like, and she said she was like a German lady or something. She was saying, I can't even understand what she be saying. But she a black history teacher.
You see what I'm saying?
And she in college.
See what I'm saying? That's what we traded when we accepted integration. We traded the ability to teach our own people, to teach our children. And we took on the educational system of white America. White America's education system said that we started off as slaves. They don't have an answer for our beginning. They know what our beginning is, but they won't tell us. Our history just starts with slavery. That's it. From there, everything looks like progress. You're supposed to feel empowered and have black pride because y'all went from slavery and look where y'all now. What about before we were slaves? How did we get to being slaves? But you're not gonna get that history from a white woman. There is one white woman that I seen, you see videos of her, is an old white lady, and she used to talk about the real history of black people prior to slavery. Well, what she thought was the real history. You know what I'm saying? And she used to get on white people behinds and tell them about themselves. But even then, you don't. That's not real though. We don't get that in real life. You know, that's some social media stunts, but we don't get that in real life. Experiencing real teachers, white people who willing to speak up and tell the truth about Black history and Hispanic history, they're not gonna do that because there ain't no profit in it. They want you to be a good Christian, believe that you started off as a slave and worked your way out, pull yourself up by your bootstraps. That's what they want you to do. Salakia, what was we holding?
Yeah, because we still doing Deuteronomy.
Oh no, we done with Deuteronomy 17:5. Let's go to Psalm 7 and 8. You know, as people talk about only God can judge me, and it's not our place to judge them in their wickedness, but it is. We're supposed to tell our people where they committing sin so that they can stop. You know what I'm saying? Part of us protecting ourselves is protecting our community. If the more that's why I was talking about earlier, we kill that thing that's in our people that wants to commit sin, to follow these heathens' ways and customs and cultures, and then we kill that in our community. We have to judge one another, hold each other accountable. We see a brother that's homosexual. Back in Zabak's day, used to whoop their ass. Not no more. Now they got a whole homosexual. You know they got an alternative lifestyle gang in prison now? Did y'all hear about this? There's a whole gang of sissies in prison. And PC. Do not go to PC. If you get locked up, don't go to PC. That's their territory. Go ahead, Zabak.
Like if I make I'm gonna say this there. They got dudes that probably raping dudes that's coming in.
Mm-hmm.
Like the times penitentiaries that I have been to, them sissies, they check out. Like they want to leave.
Oh yeah.
They can't stand getting raped.
Mm-hmm.
I'm talking about non-stop. Being my dudes ain't never coming home.
Yeah.
And a lot of them said they were like teenagers. Like, so that right there, to hear that, you got dudes that's going along just catching little young boys coming in, don't know what they're doing and raping them like that.
Yeah. That's what happened in Cali now. So to defend themselves against, the Mexican gangs in Cali, in the penitentiary in Cali, are together now to defend themselves from the sissies. Because the sissies is so deep in Cali now. And they got a whole literal gang in prison. You know, they got whole politics in there now. It's crazy. But we got to stop our children and stop our brothers and sisters from falling trapped to that, you know, because that's a super demon. And once it get on you, it's hard to shake it. From what I'm understanding, there's very few people that really just come out of that lifestyle and stay out of it. You got that?
Like what verse was
it? Psalm 7 and 8. Go ahead.
The book of Psalms, chapter 7, verse 8. The Lord shall judge the people.
See, they say only God can judge me. Keep going.
Judge me, O Lord, according to my righteousness, and according to my integrity that is in me.
Keep going.
I'll let the wickedness of the wicked come to an end, but establish the just, for the righteous God trieth the hearts and the reins.
Establish the what?
The just.
Who are the just? Who are the just that David is praying that be established? Who is it about?
The Israelites that keep the law, statutes, and commandments.
And who is that supposed to be during David's time? What priesthood were they under?
You say what?
What priesthood were they under?
Leviticus.
Exactly. So who's supposed to be, who's the just?
Levites.
The Levites. He was praying for the Levites to be raised up, to be just, so that they can destroy all sin. In order for them to do that, that means they got to do what? Who they judging? They judging the people. But our people believe that only God can judge me. You know who told our people only God can judge me?
Tupac.
Tupac told our people only God can judge me. But David just prayed that the God's chosen people judge his people. Because we're supposed to hold each other accountable. That's the only way we're gonna be fixed. Is when we start telling each other where we going off at. Just like if you got a baby, you know what I'm saying? You got a baby, you don't let your baby run and stick their finger in the socket. You gotta stop them not to do that. Whoop his behind if you need to, but don't let him stick his finger in the socket no more because he could die. We have to look at it that way. We have to judge one another that way because otherwise your spirit is gonna die, fall prey to homosexuality, and it's never gonna come back from that. You're gonna lose your baby to the world, or your daughter gonna be a slut. Your son gonna cut his rod off, and he won't be a woman. You know what I'm saying? They got places in Minnesota or Missouri, Minnesota. The baby don't even need your consent no more. They can be children and go and get the alternative, the sex change, whatever. And they don't even need your permission. They don't need your consent, nothing. If they can make it there, the doctors will do it. And it's protected. The federal government protects this place. That's crazy. But that's what happens when you think only God can judge you. It's the destruction of you. It starts off as something small as I can do what I want, and you can't tell me I can't. And then that turns into the destruction of your spirit. It turns into the destruction of your flesh. And now you can't get the kingdom. Good. Good.
1 Corinthians chapter 6 and verse 2.
Let me get there. You call it again?
So 1 Corinthians chapter 6 and verse 2.
Good.
I might start at 1.
Mm-hmm.
Verse 1. Dare any of you having a matter against another, go to law before the unjust.
Go to the law before the unjust. Meaning you go to the men, it's kind of meat. I'm gonna tell y'all, forget it. So you go to the men that's supposed to have control over the people. And this time, it was supposed to be the Sadducees and the Pharisees. Not Sadducees, like it. It was supposed to be the Pharisees. They're the ones who had control over the nation of Israel. They were supposed to be the law. They were supposed to be the ones that administer judgment according to the law. Not the unjust, not going to the heathen, going to the white man. Don't go to the police. If you got a problem with your brother, go to the brother, go to the men that's above you. And here, if brothers got a problem with each other, we go to our camp leader. Or if we can't get him for whatever reason, we go to the man above him. You know what I'm saying? But there's somebody we can go to solve the dispute amongst us, to keep it from where we don't kill each other, go to jail, hold grudges. You know what I'm saying? Oh, restitution to one another. You know what I'm saying? To keep it from getting to that type of level, we got men that we go to be moderators. They're to judge the matter. And then we just act accordingly from the judgment. But don't go to the white supremacy. Keep going.
Come. And not before the saints. Verse 2. Do ye not know that the saints shall judge the world?
The saints shall judge the world. Not only God can judge me. Keep going.
Come. And if the world shall be judged by you, are ye unworthy to judge the smallest matters?
Are you unworthy to judge the smallest matters? If the world's going to be judged by you? You as a sister, you don't have power and authority in your household. But you got power and authority in your household. You judge the matters, especially when it comes to concerning your children. You don't let just anybody be friends with your kids. You don't just let any random hood nigga date your daughter. You don't let your son mess with any, what they call YHs, young hoes. You let your son date any
YBs.
any YBs. You don't let your son do that. You got to protect him from them things. You know what I'm saying? So you have to judge him and judge the people who he surrounds himself with. Judge the girl, the men who your daughter surrounds herself with, and they friends. You don't let nobody just have access to your babies because that wicked thing that's out there that's on them is gonna creep its way into your baby. And if you ain't protecting them, then what's gonna happen? I shouldn't call them babies. Your children. Okay, you shouldn't let them things happen to your children. They're all grown adults. They're gonna make their own decisions, but they're your children, and that's the responsibility that you owe to them. Is you tell them, you judge them. Don't ever make them comfortable. Mama, I just want to come out and tell you, I'm gay. Baby, I still love you. No, you don't love him no more. That's not your son. That's a homosexual, sexual deviant, and he got your house. What you're doing by doing that, rejecting that demon, now you're making a conflict between his love for you and his choice to follow that demon. You're helping him battle the demon when you give him a reason to fight. It's either me or your disgusting lust. You know what I'm saying? And you just apply that to everything. It goes, I'm bleeding, Salaki. Hey, Zabak, you give me a paper towel or something? Salaki. Trying to cut myself. But yeah, so you gotta give your children a choice, not to just be free to do whatever they want to do. They need to make a choice. Either they're gonna serve the Most High or they're gonna get out your house. You know what I'm saying? Was that on it? It on it? All right. Where we at? We in Psalm still?
Yeah, we were just in Psalms 7.
We can drop songs. We run out of time. It's already 8:30. I got a whole breakdown. I'm finna give y'all a whole bunch of precepts at the end, but I'm gonna jump down. Let's go to Matthew 7:1. Because we are gonna judge the world, we are gonna judge our people, and we're gonna guide them and their spirits to Christ, to the Most High. But before we can do that, we gotta make sure that we right. Read it when you got it. Go ahead.
Book of Matthew, chapter 7, verse 1.
Mm-hmm.
Judge not that ye be not judged.
Said, judge not that ye be not judged. See, brother, we ain't supposed to judge anybody. Sister, we can't judge each other because we don't want to be judged. Keep going.
Verse 2. For with what judgment ye judge, ye shall be judged.
They don't tell you to read the rest of the verse. They don't tell you to continue reading what it says. Whatever judgment you judge people with is the measurement that you're going to be judged by. I can't tell you that you can't smoke weed if I'm still smoking weed. I can't tell you that you can't be out here having sex with whores if every time you see me in the club, I'm in the corner caked up with some random slut. I can't say nothing about you doing wickedness if I'm doing it myself. Whatever measure you judge people with is the measurement that's going to be used to judge you. Keep going.
And with what measure ye shall measure, and with what measure ye meet, it shall be measured to you again.
And whatever level you meet on that measuring stick, you're going to be measured to it again. Every time. Until you stop being wicked. You can't judge people without being getting yourself together. You need to judge yourself before you judge others. But we definitely gonna judge others. I can't be out here a homosexual on the low and then telling my son he can't be a homosexual. It don't work. You know what I'm saying? I ain't got no place. I don't got no right to do that because I'm the problem. You know what I'm saying? I can't be believing in so you got this group, the group of rappers that believe you got to get high before you go into the studio, and you make great music that way. I can't be one of them on the low and then tell them that they wrong for being that way. Keep going.
Verse 3. And why beholdest thou the mote that is in thy brother's eye, but considerest not the thing that is in thine own eye?
You got to see the sin that you guilty of before you consider the sin that your brother is guilty of. You might be guilty of what to you seems like a small matter, but to the Lord, it's a huge matter because you're supposed to be righteous. You're supposed to be the one guiding the brother that you judging for his small matter. For him, it is a small matter because he don't know no better, but you know better. So for you, it's a whole being. Keep going.
Okay. Verse 4. But how wilt thou say to thy brother, let me pour out the mote out of thine eye, and behold, a beam is in thine own eye?
Keep going.
Verse 5. Thou hypocrite.
Thou what?
Thou hypocrite.
You are a hypocrite. If you got a beam in your own eye, but you talking about the mote in a brother's eye. If you committing all type of evil, wickedness, and sin, you ain't got no place talking about the sin that nobody else commits. Keep going.
Okay. And then that shalt thou see clearly to cast out the mote of thy brother's eye.
You know what I'm saying? Then you'll be able to see clearly to help your brother, help your sister. You'll help them beat the demon that's on them when you beat the ones that's on you. That's the only way you're gonna be an asset to your brother or sister. Otherwise, what is that? Matthew. What is it? The Pharisees sit in Moses' seat. Everything that they bid you that you do, but do not as they do. I think it's where we at? Forget, man. It's verse 1 of one of these chapters in Matthew, I believe. I just don't remember. If one of y'all find it, you can read it. I thought it was 7. Is it Matthew 9?
Matthew 23 and
23. The water. Yeah, go ahead and read it.
the book of Matthew, chapter 23 and verse 2, saying, the scribes and the Pharisees sit in Moses' seat.
Mm-hmm.
Verse 3. All therefore whatsoever they bid you, observe. That observe and do.
You watch what they do. I'm slacking. You observe what they tell you to do. Mean you listen to what they're telling you. Observe it, and then you do what they're telling you to do. But keep going.
But do not be after their works.
But don't do after their works. Don't do what they do because they hypocrites. This is hypocrisy. People that you're supposed to be able to put your faith in and trust that they're leading you to the Most High. Don't do what they do if they're not doing the things they're supposed to be doing. If they're telling you not to eat pork, shrimp, crab, or lobster, but then they doing it, you don't follow those people. You don't give your soul over to nothing that's so easily, you know what I'm saying, proven to be against the Most High. There's a precept that just came to my mind. Dang. We ain't finna sit here all night. We'll come back to it. Drop that. Let's go to we already went to 1 Corinthians 6:1, right?
Okay.
All right, let's go to Ezekiel chapter 18 and verse 25. We're gonna end it with that one. Because what time is it? 8:30? Yeah, we'll end it with that one. Ezekiel chapter 18 and verse 25. We'll end it with that. Then I'm just gonna read y'all a whole list of precepts. No, that'd be it. That'd be it. That's a different breakdown. Good.
The book of Ezekiel, chapter 18, and verse 25.
Mm-hmm.
Yet you say, the way of the Lord is not equal.
Slack go to 24.
24. But when the righteous turneth away from his righteousness and committeth iniquity and doeth according to all the abominations that the wicked man doeth, shall he live?
Are we not deserving of death when we turn away from serving the Most High? Isn't that what Christ or what Paul said? When you commit sin willingly, there remain no more sacrifice for sin. Now we deserve the death that Christ suffered for our sakes to be forgiven. Keep going.
Okay. All his righteousness that he had done shall not be mentioned.
None of his righteousness that he hath done shall be mentioned at that point. You know what I'm saying? Sidebar. So when people talk about head priest Ariah before he passed, all them fake Israelites, they was talking about him and they was using this verse to condemn the brother for falling weak in his old age. We're not talking about a brother who learned the truth young and then just left the truth young and decided he wanted to seek after his own glory. We're talking about a brother who helped establish where we are today. His whole life dedicated to this. And in his older years, he fell weak. Does he not get glory? Should he not get glory because of this verse right here? Or is this talking about a young, very capable, very able-bodied soul that learned the truth and then sought out his own glory, sought out his own desires and sought to be wicked? That's what this verse is talking about. Keep going.
Go. And his trespass that he has trespassed, and in his sin that he hath sinned, and them shall he die.
In his sin shall he die. That's another reason we know that this is talking about that young brother, that young sister that's seeking their own glory, seeking to go do their own pleasures, as opposed to serving the Most High. They're gonna die in that pleasure. I know people who left the truth to go get high, and they overdosed. They died in that. You had your hand up.
Come. So is this like more so Moses, or will Ariel be more of an example of Moses?
What are you talking about?
How Moses died soon as he sinned against the Most High.
So Moses not getting the kingdom. So you can kind of use Moses as an example of that, but you can't, because Moses didn't do that when he was old. He was older, but not when his mind was damn near gone. You know what I'm saying? We're talking about a brother who is well into his, mentally speaking, is well into his old age. You know what I'm saying? Versus Moses, who in his, I won't say his youth, but he was young enough to still walk for years across the Sinai desert. He struck the rock and gave the credit to himself and Moses, or and Aaron. You know what I'm saying? As opposed to giving that glory to the Most High. You know what I'm saying? But you could use this verse to talk about Moses, though, that he died in his sin because of his wickedness. The Lord told you, nigga, you get up on that mountain and you go die. You know what I'm saying? But that was why he died, though. You know what I'm saying? Because he committed that sin. Whereas Ariel, who just died from old age. You know what I'm saying? Keep going.
Verse 25. Yet ye say, the way of the Lord is not equal. Hear now, O house of Israel. Is not my way equal? Are not your ways unequal?
The Lord's ways are equal. His ways are the ways that we're supposed to go. Our ways are unequal. Because all of our ways are filled with what? Blow my mind if you know the answer.
Say, so like,
What is it about?
you say all of our ways?
Mm-hmm. All of our ways are filled with what? Us in the world, not us in the truth.
Oh.
Iniquity. Selfish desire. You had your hand up? You had your hand up, sis? Oh, my bad. All our ways are filled with iniquity, selfish desire, personal gain, the things that we want. That's what comes first in our ways versus the Lord's ways. His always all the way equal. If it's right today, it's right tomorrow. It was right yesterday. It's always this is what it is. It don't matter about the end game, the end goal. This is the way the Lord's ways. They're equal across the board. Our ways ain't always equal across the board. Today I might benefit from saving $30. Tomorrow I might need to spend that $30 to eat. Our ways ain't equal because it's personal desire. But if I give my 10th today and I give my 10th tomorrow, that's the Lord's ways. You know what I'm saying? I'm still tithing regardless. Why? Because the end goal is the same. It's to serve the Most High. Keep going.
Come.
Verse 26.
Verse, is it 26?
Come.
When a righteous man turneth away from his righteousness and committeth iniquity, and happen them for his iniquity that he hath done, shall he die.
Keep going.
Verse 27. Again, when the wicked man turneth away from his wickedness that he hath committed.
But when the wicked man turns away from his iniquity that he committed, keep going.
And doeth that which is lawful and right, he shall save his soul alive.
He shall do what?
Save his soul alive.
That's the goal, is to save our soul. We don't want to die, spiritually or physically. And the best way to prevent that is to turn from our iniquity. This is what real repentance is. There ain't no such thing as deathbed salvation. You're supposed to do that while you're alive so that you can go through the struggle of having to fight your flesh. Because you're saving your soul. Your flesh is becoming stronger while your soul is becoming stronger while your flesh is becoming weaker to your desires. Your soul is becoming stronger and stronger to be able to fight your fleshly desires. And ultimately, that's going to make your flesh better. You know what I'm saying? Keep going.
Come. Verse 28. because he considereth and turneth away from all his transgressions that he hath committed.
Mm-hmm.
He shall surely live. He shall not die.
Keep going.
Verse 29. Yet said the house of Israel, the way of the Lord is not equal.
So we say the Lord's ways aren't equal because they don't always line up to what we want. It don't always come to our benefit. It ain't what we think. It ain't what we think. It's what the Lord thinks, though. Keep going.
Come on. O house of Israel, are not my ways equal? Are not your ways unequal?
Mm-hmm.
Verse 30. Therefore I will judge you, O house of Israel.
He gonna judge us. Keep going.
Everyone according to his ways, saith the Lord God.
This is where it turns into a matter of, well, you know, if I'm a homosexual today, it's okay. If I'm a drug addict today, it's okay. I deal with the Lord. No, the Lord's gonna kill you probably today. Your spirit's gonna die now, but your flesh is gonna die really soon. Either be it from drug overdose, be it from Lord knows whatever sexual deviances they doing to each other, and you pissed off the wrong homosexual and he unalive you on some situation that you ain't supposed to even be able to be in. You know what I'm saying? All type of debauchery could happen to you, but it's happening because the Lord is going to destroy your flesh. Keep going.
Come on. Repent and turn yourselves away. So like turn yourselves from all your transgressions.
Mm-hmm.
So iniquity shall not be your ruin.
So iniquity shall not be your ruin. Protect your soul. Guard your soul. So iniquity don't be your ruin. Your sin that you commit don't follow you throughout the rest of your life and then catch up and boom, now the Lord got to take out judgment on you because he gave you time. Give me one precept. The Lord winked at our ignorance. That's the last precept I need. Because the Lord gave us time. He's been giving us time. This whole time we've been living through life, how you think all of us made it to the truth? How you think the truth exists now? The Lord was patient enough with us to see that there's some of us, at some point, that sister gonna get it. At some point, that brother gonna get it. And so he winked at our ignorance. He let us have it, and then he gave us a chance to be clean, to be made new. But after you got that chance to be clean and made new, you got to stay there. Good.
The book of Acts, chapter 17, verse 30.
Mm-hmm.
And the times of this ignorance God winked at.
At our ignorance, he winked at it. Keep going.
Now commandeth all men everywhere, like everywhere, to repent.
But he commanded all of us to repent. So while we had the chance to be evil and wicked, it was fun, whatever, but we faced all the judgment, all the trouble, all the tribulation. Everybody got a testimony in the Christian church now, but that testimony comes from you being so wicked and evil. The Lord was dealing with you, judging you because you were so wicked and evil. Now you're in the truth. Now you ain't got no choice but to be righteous, because if you don't, it's going to be worse. You're going to die, either spiritually or physically. You pray don't either one happen, but the worst thing that could happen is you die spiritually. The physical death, it happened, no sweat, you die, everything's over. You come back, you've got the judgment. That spiritual death happened, that disconnection from the Most High, and it's permanent, you don't want that. We got any questions? Everybody to up. All right, with that, I pass the class off to Priest Officer Kanakiot.
These are the ISUPK security announcements. We are ISUPK, start out at 1 West 125th Street, Harlem, New York. Room for a new brother and sister. When a new brother or sister come to the school, they're off limits for 6 months. They have to be saluted only. They're here to share themselves with the word. If they need transportation, the teacher will arrange it. After 6 months, if a brother or sister has an interest in a particular person, he or she must get permission from the head to speak to a brother or sister. There's another 6 months in which the brother and sister will court each other. After this 6 month period, the brother and sister will get permission from the head to marry. Tithes, which is a commandment, found in the book of Numbers, chapter 18, verse 21, and the book of Malachi, chapter 3, verses 8 to 10. It means 10th in the Hebrew, ma'asra, 10% of every penny of any increase the Lord gives you. Give to treasury department or teacher. Priest fund, free will off for priests, not mandatory whatsoever amount you would like. Upcoming holy convocations, the Passover, April 4th, in Houston, Texas, 2026.
Mm-hmm.
If anyone wants to be a trooper in the school, start wearing all black, boot, shirt, pants, headband, or scarf. That the Israel model. We're gonna give one courtesy salute. Mike Shabbat, Mike, Barak. Yeah, see you outside, right there. Time, Sar, turn face sisters, sisters stand. We're gonna give the sisters one courtesy salute. Mike Shabbat, Mother, Barak. Yeah, I'm small, I'm see you outside. Time, Sar, pleasant mix.
Shalom, Israel. It's that time again. The ISUPK, under Commanding General Yahana, presents the Lord's 57th Annual Passover. That's right, the Lord's 57th Annual Passover, April 4th, 2026, in Houston, Texas. All Black, Hispanics, and Native Americans are commanded to observe the Lord's Passover. This will be the biggest Passover to date. You do not want to miss this. Fresh lamb, fresh wine, and bitter herbs as commanded by the Most High. Only $200 per person ages 17 and up. The biggest event of the year. There is only one Passover, and it's under Commanding General Yahana. See you there, Israel. Shalom.
Nobody else there to compare to. Train for war, men of war, and war like apparel. Prefer our leaders, can't get between us. Watch where you stepping.